Hi guys, I'm Hannah. I'm going to take you through a grounded flow today. So this is for if those days that you just don't really want to get up off the ground. So we're going to start on our knees. Your hammock can be either hip height or just a little bit lower. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be on the ground for the whole class. So bringing our sit bones onto our heels, we're going to bring a little bind on. So bringing our hands around the fabric, cutting through the middle, and our hands come onto the fabric and rolling it down. So you can walk yourself so you're just behind the rigging point. So you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. One more of these. Inhale through the nose and exhale it out. Let's send it forward, releasing our neck, our head between our shoulders, adding a little sway from side to side. Just really softly this morning, working into your shoulders, really slow release. As you start to warm them up, you can go a little bit further, a little bit wider with your sways. Maybe reaching with the opposite hand, so you're coming over to the left, reach with your right, and the other way around, reach with your left when you're onto your right side. A few more breaths here. Adding into these sways. We're going to come all the way over to our left side. Reach with our right hand, and you're going to bend your left shoulder, or left elbow. So you're reaching and you're bending. And coming back to the middle, we're going to do the opposite. Reaching with your left hand, bending with your right arm. So it just adds a little bit more pressure and a little bit more of a stretch in the side body here. And let's come back to our side sways. Really sweeping them through now that we're a little bit more warmed up. All the way to the left and all the way to the right. Okay, we're going to come back to the middle. We're going to roll our torso all the way up, holding onto the fabric, holding with our hands, and we're going to release all the way back. So making sure you have a strong hold on the fabric. You can keep your chin to your chest if you have some neck issues. Otherwise, you can release it all the way back and add a tiny little sway here, waking up the lower back and even the abs here as well. A few more breaths. Just swaying from side to side. Bringing our chin to our chest, pulling back up with the biceps and the abs and extending all the way forward. Sweeping from side to side. All the way to the right and all the way to the left. Really getting into our shoulders. Coming back to the middle in stillness, reaching really far with your hands. And let's roll the body, roll the spine, coming back up to a seated. And again, we're going to hold onto the fabric, roll our body back, and releasing the head if that feels good for you. And adding just a little bit of a rock from side to side, getting into that lower back. Chin to our chest, pulling up with our biceps. So from here you can extend forward like we just did, or if you want to come onto our upward dog, if you want a little bit more of a stretch in the pecs and the arms. So coming to our upward dog, we're going to release our hips down to the ground and our arms out straight. So I find it easier to sort of bend all the way down, holding onto the fabric, release the hips down, and extend our arms out. So this one is quite an intense stretch, all the way up our shoulders and our arms. Sway from side to side if you want to sort of get into each side a little bit more. 2 more breaths here. Oh yeah. Coming back to the center, we're going to pull up with our arms and engaging our abs so we don't hurt our lower back. And obviously we're going to release onto our knees. So pulling up, coming back onto our knees. Nice work. Okay, so bringing our knees underneath the fabric a little bit more. And we're going to come into our bind angle pose. So bringing our feet together, our legs splayed out to the side. And here, depending where you're at, where your flexibility is, you can have them all the way out here into a big diamond. You can have them all the way in. Depending what you're feeling today, it can change from day to day. How open your hips, what you did last night, what you've been doing all day, if you've been sitting down, anything like that. So keeping that bind on, taking a deep inhale and exhale it out. So we're keeping a flat back, keeping our spine and our neck long. Arms are stretched out in front of us. And our aim is to bring our chest to our feet. From here, you can add the sway, or you can pulse forward and back if you feel like that helps you get a little bit closer every time. Breathing in with every exhale, see if you can release a little bit more. If you are really flexible in the hips, you can release your hands and come all the way forward if that feels good for you. Just making sure that you're keeping that back as flat as possible and your chest is coming forward. So no hunching like this. We're coming all the way forward, reaching. Otherwise, we can keep our bind on. One more breath here. Coming back up, and we're going to release our legs out to the side. Engaging our feet and our legs, so either pointing or flexing, so choose one and stick with it. You can switch without the class, but just make sure that your legs are engaged the whole time. Inhale and exhale, release it forward. So the aim of this one is not to get into your splits, but it is to warm up your hips and your hamstrings. So you're gonna come all the way over to the left side. You're gonna release your right hand, and twist your torso towards the leg. So your right hand is coming to the opposite side of that leg if it can. If it's just here, that's totally fine. And our aim here is to bring our chest to our leg. From here, you can open and close the arm in the fabric just to get a little bit of shoulder mobility here. A few more breaths. And coming back up, bring that hand around, bring the bind back on, and release it all the way forward. A few deep breaths here. Stretching our arms out. And we're coming all the way over to the right side, releasing your left hand. So your left hand comes the outside of your right foot if it can. And you're turning your body, so twisting your body so that your chest is facing towards your leg. And the hand in the fabric can open and close your shoulder, creating a little bit more mobility here. Breathing in to that stretch. A few more breaths. And bringing that hand back around, bringing your hands back into that bind if that feels good for you. And release it all the way forward one last time, making sure your legs are engaged. Flattening that back. And rolling all the way back up. Okay, bringing our legs together. We're going to bring our feet into the hammock. So however you find that easiest. But since this is a class where we're trying to stay down on the ground, we're going to do the least inventive way and bring our feet just into the hammock here. Come onto our forearms and bring your feet to a V in the hammock. Keep yourself nice and secure. Releasing our back down to the ground. Releasing our arms over our head. So we're coming, this is our legs up the silk version. Breathing in through the nose. Stretching with our fingertips, and exhale it out. One more of these. Inhale, and exhale it out. Releasing our hands to our side. So we're going to push into our hands, rolling our sit bones up, rolling our vertebrae up one vertebrae at a time, coming to our bridge. So bring our hips to the ceiling, a long line from our heels to our head. Holding it here. And let's roll it back down. Nice and slow. Inhale, let's roll it all the way back up. Hold it here. And exhale, let's roll it all the way down. Inhale, engaging the glutes, rolling it all the way up. We're gonna bend our knees, so our knees are coming out to the side, our heels are coming towards our face, keeping our hips lifted. You can push into your hands for this as well. And exhale, send your legs back. Inhale, bend them to the side. Exhale, send it all the way back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Oh, yeah. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. And let's roll it all the way back down. Ooh, nice work. Okay, inhale, we're rolling back up. Oh, sorry about that. And we're gonna bringing our left foot out of the fabric, so you're pushing into the fabric with your right, trying to keep your hips lifted. You're bringing your heel to the ceiling. So it's like you're stepping on the ceiling, straight line. I'm just gonna add a few pulses here. So really working into our right glute, in our abs, stepping on the ceiling, a few more pulses, keep going. Nice work. And replacing that foot back in. I'm gonna do the same on the other side, holding up, staying, 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 releasing that foot to the ceiling, pushing into the ground with your hands, and we're adding little pulses here, pushing our hips to the ceiling, trying to step on that ceiling. A few more pulses, keep going, and replace it back in the hammock and roll it slowly back down. Whew, nice work. Okay, you can hold it here just for a moment, swaying your legs from side to side. Ooh, yeah, a few more breaths. Okay, so we're gonna turn over onto our front. So the easiest way I find is to release your left leg, come onto our side, rotate your hip down, and pull up onto our front. So we've got one leg, our right leg in the silk right now, bringing our shoulders over our wrists. Gonna engage our abs, pushing into the fabric, and putting both legs into the fabric. So we're coming to a plank. Long line from our head to our heels, holding here. A few more breaths. And releasing our right shin to the ground. You can hold here, or release our forearms to the ground, or you can release it all the way down. Whatever feels good for you. It's a good resting point, this pigeon pose. You can send it all the way back if you want to get more into that hip. Maybe adding a little rock to the leg in the fabric. And let's come back onto our hands, making sure our shoulders are over our wrists, pushing into the fabric with our back leg, bringing our right leg in, holding the plank. This time we're going to bend our knees to our chest. It's bending your knees, coming into the crunch, and exhale it out. A few more of these. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale it out. Inhale, exhale it out, and let's release our left shin to the ground and bringing our hands all the way down if that feels good. And you can send that hip back and rest your head on your forehead on the ground. Maybe adding a little sway to that back leg. Doing so good. One more breath here. Bring our hands back underneath our shoulders, engaging our abs, pushing into the fabric with our back foot. and replacing that foot in the hammock, holding here a nice long line. And again, we're going to bring our knees to our chest into our crunch. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. A few more of these. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, last one. And release our right shin to the ground. And coming all the way down. Good work, guys. Releasing into that hip. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna come back onto our back. So turning the other way, so you're gonna rotate your hip back towards the back of the room. Coming back down onto our back. Replacing that foot in the hammock. And release it all the way down. We're gonna release our left foot from the hammock, bring our knee to our chest, and rotating that hip one way. Just creating little circles. And then rotating it the other way. Okay. So we're gonna grab a hold of that left shin with our right hand. You're gonna cross that leg over your body, over the leg in the hammock, creating a twist. So you're gonna release your left hand out, eyes gaze towards your hand, and you're gonna use your right hand as an anchor on the leg that's over the top. So it's anchoring it down to create a little bit more of a twist. Option here that you can extend that leg all the way out if you want more of a twist. Otherwise, you can just stay with that bent knee, getting into our lower back here. A few more breaths. Just slowing it all down. Really good twist here. And let's rotating back onto our back and replacing that foot in the fabric. Releasing our right knee to our chest. And creating little circles again, one way. Just rotating that hip. And going back the other way. Okay, so this is our right knee, so you're going to grab your left hand, place it onto the right knee, pulling the leg over the top of the floating leg, right arm out, and eyes gazing towards your right hand, using your left hand as an anchor weight onto your right leg, creating more of a twist here. With every exhale, see if you can release a little bit more, twist a little bit further. Again, option to extend this leg all the way out if you want a little bit more of a stretch. Otherwise, continue with the bent knee. A few more breaths here. Releasing a little bit further with every exhale. And rolling back onto our back. Release both feet from the hammock. Release your feet all the way along the mat, hands all the way over our head. Deep inhale through the nose, stretching from one side of your body to the other. And exhale it all out. One more time, inhale. Exhale it all out. And we can slowly roll it on up. Thanks for coming to this grounded lower flow today. I really recommend, if you can, have some time, just get in your cocoon, have 10 minutes of you time to chill out after that. Hope you feel nice and stretched out and that we didn't have to do much standing for that one. I'll see you next class.